Question: do we maximize the stuff that we have? Well, I try to. Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City, channel name Jan from New York City Saves Money. I really love helping people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. Could that be you? How you doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. Sometimes I think that we don't maximize all the stuff that we can as much as we can, but it's of human nature, but we can at least be a little more mindful to try. I'm just going to mention to you the things that have worked for me. So here we get started with this. They sell inexpensive cookies all the time. You can get them at discount or at the dollar type store. And if you keep like an extra of the inexpensive type of cookies, whatever cookie of choice, you could grind them up and use them when you need it as an automatic no bake pie crust. You grind them up, you melt down a little bit of butter or margarine, and you could just put it on those cookies. If they're very sweet, you don't need to add any sugar, but if you want to add a little more flavor, you could always add a tablespoon of white sugar to this mixture. And then all you do is press down into a pie plate. You got yourself an easy to do no bake crust all the time. So most people keep some sort of cookies in their house all the time anyway. So you just got yourself kind of sort of a free use of it, an additional use of it by making a pie crust, especially now during this like no bake time of the year when people, the weather's starting to get warm, they want to not bake as much. So you could turn definitely inexpensive cookies into a pie crust. There you go. Don't toss out sliced bread crusts. Like if you ever have a kid or grandkid that you make them a sandwich, they do not like, of course, the bird clock. They do not care for the crust of sliced bread, so you don't argue with it. You just carefully slice the edges, but you don't throw them away. What I do in that case and have done, and it still works, the same trick still works to this day. Just pack them up, throw them in the freezer, put them in a baggie. You never know when you want to toast them up, turn that into croutons or into future breadcrumbs, and nothing goes to waste. I don't like food waste. I don't like wasting anything, but particularly food waste, that to me is a huge no-no. So that's an easy one. Almost all of us could do that. Now, when I drink a smoothie, I don't know about you, but my most favorite component of the smoothie is the texture. And bananas, let's face it, hands down, makes that great silky smooth texture. So let's say that you have an overripe banana. Well, you could do two things. Of course, you can make banana bread or muffins from that. But also, don't hesitate to cut up that banana into slices. Again, put them in the freezer. When you want a yummy smoothie, you could put that with whatever milk that you use, and also maybe a little bit of cocoa powder in that. Oh my gosh, that banana smoothie is so good, and you have everything right then and there. Nothing goes to waste, zero waste, and you're transforming it into a really yummy treat. Just saying, just saying. Now, here's something that I've enjoyed over the years. I usually have either a little bit of pineapple juice or orange juice in the house all the time anyway. So I like seltzer because it's my way of having like a fake out of soda without all that extra sugar. Okay. So when I want a refreshing treat, I'll have 3/4 of the cup of the seltzer, plain seltzer, and I like to add just like a little bit of pineapple juice or a little bit of orange juice. You could do it with the fresh orange if you rather, or fresh, whatever you have. It is just so good. It's so refreshing. It's so delicious. It's really such a nice alternative to sugary soda. Plus, you get your little bit of bubbles. Next, in a pinch, you could use this trick. Use a little bit of hair conditioner, HAIR, hair conditioner, as opposed to air conditioner. Use a little bit of hair conditioner as a fabric softener in your laundry. By the way, you could also take plain white vinegar, a little bit of plain white vinegar to do the same thing as a softener. There you go. Next, Baking soda. There are so many things you could do with baking soda. A person really could write a book about it, be a bestseller. But for this intent and purpose, what I like to do, I like to, let's say, take a clean sponge if I'm wiping down my refrigerator, clean sponge, lukewarm water, could be warm too, a little warmer than lukewarm. And I like to put the sponge into a mixture of the lukewarm water or warm water with a little bit of baking soda. It's like a more of a natural way. And it also, you clean your refrigerator out. Also, you are also deodorizing your refrigerator. It's a very good trick. It's very inexpensive. You can do it easily. Next, this is more like a shortcut more than any other thing. I mean, I love lasagna. Don't get me wrong. Lasagna is so good. It's really, really good. But if I'm busy or if I want to batch cook, I wouldn't mind. And I've done this already, even in the holiday season. Instead of going, nuts like layering the lasagna, that's very tedious work for me. I don't know about you, but for me it is. I'll go the lazier way and I'll do it instead. I'll make a baked ziti. Baked ziti works really, really good. You could do the same tricks. You could still dollop your ricotta cheese and you could still put your shredded mozzarella on top and does all the same things. One box of ziti for me gets me two 8 by 8 trays of lasagna. So I never like to just have the one tray. I always like to have two, one for the freezer. So if you're going to do anything like that, depending on the size of your family and how many servings you want to make and how many future servings you want to make, then you do the math on that. But for me, I have noticed that I get two 8 by 8s on that easily. And you just easily dollop it with your favorite stuff. Doesn't even have to be cheese. Some people prefer vegetables, whatever you like. It's your recipe, and I'm sure it'll be just fine. Next, and finally for today, don't waste any refrigerated leftovers. See, I clean up my refrigerator on a regular basis, probably every 7 to 10 days. So nothing in there is ancient history. Everything is within the limit. And as far as food goes, honestly, I like to let cooked food not go beyond 7 days in the refrigerator. That's me. So try not to wait. When I see that it's like getting towards the end of the week and I see stuff that could be recycled into something else, what I do is make a do-over meal and I don't waste any refrigerator leftovers. And I carefully would take everything and just literally just throw it in either the slow cooker or just throw it in a frittata or just throw it in with rice or with noodles. And I got myself not only a cleaner refrigerator and I avoided food waste, but I look at it this way. I got myself an extra meal for the week. There you go. All right, everybody. I forget all the time to ask, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please share this video if possible. It might help somebody. And I really do appreciate everybody's time. Have a wonderful, fantastic day. Take good care of yourselves and your wonderful family.